Everyone, this Jet Pulse coming back with my reaction video of day 2 of the NFL draft. Definitely a very interesting night to say the least. Basically, we had the 48th pick, and Joe Lowe's decided to trade back. I said in my previous videos that definitely can see him trading back. That's what the good teams do. So he traded back with Seattle and got the 101st pick, which was a comp pick to Seattle, and the 59th. And we all saw Denzel Mims on the board. Also, Trevon Diggs was still there for cornerback help. And hopefully things played out the way they should have been. Fans were going crazy last night, just reading all social media stuff and everything. And basically Denzel Mims made it to the Jets. Picked at 59. Great pickup. You can't, the guy has a chip on his shoulder based off his interview already with some media outlets, and it's going to be a great compliment to Sam Darnold's development and going forward. With the 68th pick, went with a little bit of a surprise with Ashytn Davis out of Cal, safety slash corner slash special teamer. Basically, one thing I have noticed about him, he is fast. He is so fast. He's very physical. And like I've said in probably my other mocks, Joe is not waiting to replace players next year. He wants to fix it now. So the way I look at it, if Jamal's going to be re-signed and Marcus May is not coming back next year, we're going to be looking at not having a safety position to fill out. So basically this helps out this year and the future years. And if we don't retain Marcus May or Jamal Adams, we have a chance to fix that. With the 79th pick, surprise here as well. They went defensive end, which I also know we all do not want to hear, with Jabari Zuniga out of Florida. I know everyone's going to compare him to Chikai Pilite from last year, but basically, after looking and doing some research on him, even though he had an injury last year, his percentage of tackles for loss and sacks for the games that he actually played are pretty good. And there was a metric that I read this morning on Twitter that if you're looking at overall athleticism for the draft, the Jets have the third best at, I think, a 92.3 grade, which was something they said they were going to try to do. So seeing the highlights from him, it's definitely something none of us really saw coming. But it might be beneficial for the team to take a chance. But the thing is, you have to notice one thing is that this is a different GM. I've been a fan since '98. I've never seen our GM maneuver and basically have an answer to who he drafts, or it's not like a reach, or when McCagnon reaches for a player like Polite last year. We all loved it at the time, but it didn't work out with Joe. It seems like, hey, these players have chips on their shoulders. They're fast, they're big, they're physical, and there's an answer to everything. So I love the opportunity to see what happens. So that was a decent pick, I guess you could call it. I would give it a C right now until I see further. With the 101 pick, I, like all of you, we stayed up to see what happened, and then they traded with the Patriots. I didn't know what the comps were when it first happened, but as soon as I found out they got 2 fours and a 2021 6th-round pick, I was happy. You can't argue what's going on. Basically, they're going to finish with, I think they had one in the first, one in the second, 2 in the third. They're going to have 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. So I believe that's 10 picks total this year. And for next year, they have the Giants 5th and the Patriots 6th rounder. So they already have 9 picks for next year. Good teams reload in the draft. And so with the philosophy that he's doing, he wants to build in the draft. He's going to give himself every opportunity. If you have between 9 and 11 picks every draft, you can't argue with that. And eventually it's going to work out. It's not going to be the Isaac 12, because Isaac didn't know what he was doing back in, I think it was 2012. But I think it's really cool seeing what he's doing and the opportunity of seeing what's going to happen today. But overall for today, Mims is an A, like without a doubt. You don't even question it. I probably tier to the A plus side because I think Joe Douglas trade back 11 spots, get additional pick. That's now 2 additional picks on top of that to get the receiver they wanted to begin with that was on the board. You can't argue with it. I think we all thought Van Jefferson may have been there, but he wasn't. Um, with Davis, I think I would say a C plus right now, just because I need to see more of him. I like what the possibility of what he could bring to the team with athleticism, speed, physicality, his contributions, especially in kick returner and punt return, especially if we don't keep Barrios, and if we draft another wide receiver on day 3. With Zuniga, I'm going to give it a C minus until I see him play. He does sound like he has a chip on his shoulder, but we'll see what happens. And hopefully Joe will continue it today. I wouldn't be surprised seeing us trade back again and see what happens, but it was a great day too, and go Jets.